friends. It's your old pal Dollar Bill coming to you from Bimini Basin. It's relatively cooler out this evening as opposed to what it was this afternoon, which felt like over 105 degrees, which wasn't very fun to work in. Really was not. Absolutely disgusting. But anyways, the rescue coming in through here. With a lawman behind them. What could possibly be happening here? I'm on my screen camera, so I might not be able to pick this the right way. What could be going on here? Looks like they're going into the ice cream place there. All right, there's the ice cream place right behind the tree there. But anyways, I've been really thinking hard and long about what I wanted to say on these videos because I want to get back into primarily what I deleted completely off of YouTube when I started my channel a couple years back. And my main point to starting my YouTube channel in the first place was because of the dumbasses I keep seeing, the way they were reacting to COVID, and people are absolutely just. I kept thinking to myself, what the fuck is wrong with you people? I couldn't help but think it, and I had to go to the world about this, and it's like, what the fuck are you people thinking? If any of you knew what a real pandemic was, none of you would have reacted the way you reacted. And I'm absolutely, it's absolutely pathetic to me how most of you reacted to this COVID bullshit. And it was bullshit. I'm telling you, that was the biggest bullshit I ever freaking heard. I mean, I've heard some bullshit in my times, but that was bullshit. and the way all the sheeple, they all gathered around and went and took their shots like good little sheeple. Oh my God! I had this one lady. She came into the gas station with a somewhat of a light trench coat on, and she had the hood on, and she had a mask on as well. And I'm thinking, I'm from up north, okay, so, and we're down here in Southwest Florida, and it was a hot as hell night that night. It was at that time. It was February, March is when it actually hit here. And which reminds me, I may have been one of the first cases of COVID in the country before COVID went public. I was up in Minnesota. I'm sorry, North Dakota, and I was building a bar for one of my customers, and I got really, really sick, and just to back up a little bit, I had came there just before Thanksgiving, which was roughly third weekish, second week of November, and I was there until the second week of February. But within the whole month of January, I had gotten sick, and I had gotten sick to where I was making phone calls because I really thought I was on my way out. I really did. Of any time that I should have been dead, that was the time I really felt like that was it. It was done. It was done. There was two other times that brought me to that, but that's for another video. But I had gotten sick the whole month of January, and mind you, COVID was never really super public up until right around the end of February, maybe third week of February, somewhere around there. And then it became really, really predominant right around March, when everybody started getting the word. When all the little sheeple were watching their news and their you dumbasses. Don't stop watching the fucking news. Oh my God, what a bunch of bullshitters. And that's what the world has come to. It's all about the ratings and the money. And it's no longer about entertainment or even the truth of when I started watching the news as a kid back in Detroit. I was a very avid news watcher. Come being probably my mid-teens, I really started watching the news avidly. And then when it all became nothing but bad, it was nothing but bad shit, and it's unbelievable. I was already raised by a woman who was one of the most negative bitches you could have ever come across, but I didn't want that shit in my life, so I stopped watching the news altogether. It all become nothing but murders and robberies and things that actually brought them the ratings, and it turned from bad stuff into, now we know where our ratings at, so now we're going to start faking shit and making shit up, which is one of the things that absolutely fed the fuck up with nowadays. People making shit up. I mean, come on. Are you really freaking kidding me? Just because that's the way you think it, that's the way everybody else should be thinking. Yeah, fuck you. No, I can understand your point if you're right. If your moral clock is not laying in the bottom of your ass in pieces, yeah, things can be how you say, mutual. But stop making shit up, people. I mean, my God. And that's what it's come to. And you know where this has come from? It came from after the MAD movement. And everybody, well, not everybody, but most of you remember the MAD movement, Mothers Against Drunk Drivers. And they came out back in the early 80s. And once MAD came out, and all of a sudden the abuse cases started coming out, and then it come down to figuring out that most of these people are lying now to get people in trouble, making shit up. It's like most of these abused women, they're not really abused. They just listen to what everybody else is saying, and they ride on that. And it's quite pathetic. It really is. And instead of making their mind up for themselves, they go along with what everybody else is doing. I mean, and that's nothing but a follower. sheeple. It's just absolutely pathetic. And then of course, the mentality of mankind has come to, I'm gonna make shit up that is of the worst level just to hurt you. That's what it's come to. Okay, so you pissed your girlfriend off, or your girlfriend pissed you off, and now all of a sudden you're claiming fucking rape just out of spite? You go fuck yourself with that bullshit. That's what it's come to. People gotta make shit up to try to, for lack of better words, completely ruin you, absolutely ruin you, because their butt hurt, or you don't agree with them. That's what this Democrat libtard generation is too. I mean, what a bunch of bullshit. Especially with this tranny bullshit. Come on, are you freaking kidding me? Anybody who has their moral clock intact, not laying in the bottom of their ass like most of you, you know that that's not right. It's not a matter of it's not right. It's not what God intended. That's just bottom line. I didn't make up the frickin' rule. He did. You want to change that rule, you're going to have to answer to the man for that rule. I didn't say it. I may be able to reinforce it to tell you what that is, but that's not for me to say. I can't necessarily say that that's wrong, because the right and wrong that I know of does not suit that. It just doesn't. It doesn't. And the biggest reason I say that is because God made man and woman for procreation. That is the specific reason for man and woman. Procreation. Be fruitful, my children. Be fruitful and reproduce. That is why man and woman exist. If God intended for tranny or even gay to exist, for that matter, he would have put both organs on every species, every single one of us. But he didn't. Duh. It's a given. It's a given. Stop making shit up. Stop making shit up. It's getting you nowhere. You people know that this is not going to go very far. You know that this is not going to go very far. You cannot shove this kind of thing down a person's throat and expect for it to be accepted. Now, I'm old school, so one of the things that I do believe is that if that is so, and nobody really should have a problem with what somebody does with their life. Absolutely not. That I agree with. But don't shove it down somebody's throat. Don't bring it out of the closet where it was. There's no reason any of it has to come out of the closet. I don't have to. I don't need to discuss my sexuality with you. Why do you have to with me? I don't care if you're gay. That's for you. That's on you. I don't care if you're straight. That's on you. I don't care what you do with your sexuality. That's on you. That's your decision. That's nobody else's decision. And I'm not going to have it forced down my throat. Nor should anybody else have it forced down their throat to accept it. No, you have no right to do that. None. And the word right means a God-given right. It does not mean man's bullshit made up shit right. That's not the right I'm talking about. Because morally right and mankind's right are two different rights. Remember that. your moral clock and man's moral clock are way the fuck different fucking time zones. Way the fuck different time zones. And that's what it's come to. Is everybody's hell bent on their worldly ways. They're sucked into what is, and they're indoctrinated, more or less to say, and you're groomed into what you're believing. And I will honestly say, any of the history books that I've ever had I guess for lack of better words, opportunity to be able to read through or to learn, well, who's to say most of that shit is not made up bullshit? It's just written bullshit. And there is a part of me that believes that the good book is mostly man-made. That's why you'll hear me speak of only pieces of the Bible whenever I speak. Because there are some things that, of course, it's very plausible. And that's basically all I ever speak on is plausibility. It's starting to cool down out here, but it's still, oh my God, is it humid out here. I can cut this air with a knife. But the things that are happening right now in this world are very, very, very biblical. Very biblical. Revelations has been taking place for the last approximately 150 years. My guess is that Revelations started playing out in the beginning of the Industrial Revolution. And the Industrial Revolution is the revolution that actually led us into the demon's world. And being led into the demon's world is where we're at. A lot of people believe that we live in hell. This is hell. This piece of shit flying through space is nothing but hell. Well, look around you. It's a good possibility that it is. Look at all the evil that happens. And I'm telling you, there's some fucking evil shit that happens in this world. I mean, some of the research that I have done of some of the evil that has happened on this planet, oh my God, that's deep twisted shit. Deep twisted shit. And I'm telling you, I have scared the shit out of myself. And some of the researches that I have researched, oh my God, I've gone deeper than I really actually should. I really did it. God, look at that sky. Can you see all the stars twinkling? And there is some nights that the stars do twinkle down here. I've seen a lot of shooting stars. Yeah, I've only been here just over 7 years, and I've seen shooting stars like you wouldn't believe. I've never seen that many shooting stars. But the way things are going right now, and we're going to do a couple more videos, and we're going to get a little bit deeper into this. We're starting to lose daylight completely. So we're going to get into this a little bit deeper, and we're going to touch base on some very biblical times. We're going to touch base on the 7 trumpets or the 7 seals of the apocalypse. I'll run through a translation of the things that happened on this planet that are signs that the seal was broken. I'll go through. We're gonna make a video that is the really spooky one, because I have plausible facts that the demon has been revived. There's no bullshit. No bullshit in that one. I'm not going to sit here and say much about it, but I'll tell you that it's very, very plausible, believable of what I'm going to tell you about the potential that the demon was revived from the dead. Brought back from the dead. Some real Frankenstein shit. Very plausible facts. So we're going to make a video on that one too. We're going to cut this short. I was going to do an entire hour out of this, but I know I don't have very many attention spans out there anymore, being as how that's one of the fucking evils of this world, is that more and more people got fucking ADHD, HPPS, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Okay, so pay attention. You might learn something. It might even scare the shit out of you. So stay tuned, YouTube, and remember, subscribe, like, and share. We need some followers here. We need to get some of this information out, because I need the world to know some of this. I really do. I'm asking you to share it with your friends, subscribe, like. We need some followers here. I'm all about comments too. If you have any comments, if you have any suggestions on any sort of video that I could possibly do, I'm very open-minded on what I could possibly do, but I'm very selective in the same turn. So if it fits the agenda here, or per se, or the genre, however you want to call it, message me. Let's chat about it. And please be nice, people. There's enough bullshit and drama going on in the world right now. I do not want it on my comment section. Stay tuned, and remember, friends, Jesus is coming, my friends, and he's fucking pissed.